Hey, good morning. I've got this week's project, which is going to be a wonderful dozen eggs. These are from a neighbor. They're fabulous color range. But what I'd like to do is to challenge each of you to actually draw the dozen eggs from life at home before the class. And I'm going to show you kind of how I do it. I set it up where the light is low and the shadows are rather long. It's early morning. And I've got a blank canvas and a little bit of yellow ochre and some turpentine on a brush. I can wipe it off of the canvas if I don't like the way it's looking. It might take me an hour or so to get the drawing right. This is a 12/16 canvas, and that's how we're going to start, and then I will proceed along and we'll add to it as we go with the video. So anyway, see you in a little bit. Bye. Well, hi. I'm back. I've been studying the egg carton and eggs and thinking about what I'd like to have you do. Drawing the egg carton and eggs yourself without the assistance of tracing a photo is a really good exercise. So if you have the interest in doing that, I suggest you do. It's pretty simple once you start to really look at it. What I did here was I started out with a yellow ochre and I divided the egg carton up into 5 sections. As you'll see, that's what they do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, which makes 6 across, and that's how I ended up being able to get all a dozen eggs onto the canvas. Basically, I drew the overall shape of the box first, the base of the box, even though the eggs were covering up some of it. I used that, and then the lid, and I used my brush to measure the horizontal and angle of the various parts. It's a kind of architectural project. Anyway, it's good for your brain, and I'd love to see you guys how you interpret it. I will provide a reference photo of for this project. And I also will provide a photo of a painting that I did about 2013, I think, where I first got this idea of painting egg, I called it egg whites. And so the whole idea of this project is that it is a very high-key, very light, airy project where we will be studying whites. And I will lead you through that on Friday morning. I'll lead you through mixing the different whites for the eggs. If you have a dozen eggs at home that got some brown eggs and some different colors in it, it would be fun to try to draw from that. But if you don't, you can use the reference photography that I provide. Now, what I also want to let you know is after you draw it in, like lightly, because you can wipe away, if you have turp on your brush, on the canvas, and a little bit of a paper towel, you can kind of erase if you don't like what you're getting. And I did that a few times to kind of arrive at the overall shape. Then once I've gotten it kind of secure that I'm going to get it all on there, I will re-emphasize it with a burnt sienna. That way, when it dries and you wash a tone of like a yellow ochre tone over the canvas, it will give you something to paint onto, like we usually do. Anyway, the colors that we're going to use this week are titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light, yellow ochre, and burnt sienna this time, alizarin, and if you have a rose red, more of a pinky red, like alizarin, and you'd like to try it and substitute it, that might be kind of fun because some of the eggs have a little bit of a rose tint to them. Ultramarine blue and cerulean blue, of course. And then I think it'd be nice if we had a cobalt turquoise or a a turquoise of some sort. So anyway, that's the colors, and I'll write all that out. But anyway, that's the project this week. And we will try to answer questions at the beginning of the class and at the end of the class, and try not to try back and forth with the Zoom like we did last week, so that it'll be a little bit more cohesive, and my demonstration should take it all the way through in a smooth fashion. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday morning. Thank